I appreciate all the information on the attorneys. I've lived here for 68 years, and I've been to a lot of commission meetings. And when we outsource an attorney's job, part of his job is to sit on the council meetings. I go back past Sonny, I loved his answer, a buck for a buck. That's the way it should be. But I remember when Long and Crouch and some of these other city attorneys that go back into the 50s, they were sitting on a dais every commission meeting. So that would be part of what I feel is a commissioner's job to do in outsourcing an attorney's job. That's one of my, that's just a thank you. My question is, Mary Washington touched on it, Keith London touched on it, Louis touched on it, and Bill touched on it. I've got 2 words, and I'd like your feelings on these 2 words: home rule.
Home rule is something we've been fighting for, from the Brown League of Cities to the Florida League of Cities. Home rule is something that we must have. I believe there's only 2 counties in the state that don't have their home rule locked in. I always figured that the people that live in the city really know best what's for ourselves, rather than bring outsiders in. You know, sometimes it's good to hire a consultant to do this or that, but as a rule, the big picture, like I say, I think our people know what's best for us. You know, home rule is something we're fighting for every day in Tallahassee. For some reason, they don't want us to have it. Well, there's a big reason. It's all about money. And actually, we contribute more money down here. We send money up there than they do. And the whole state benefits from our money. So that's not fair at all. But home rule is something that we all should look forward to fight for. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. It's a very important issue. I really appreciate you bringing it up. Home rule is one of those things that, you're right, we actually need to advocate for. And as Democrats, that's one of the things that we all Democrats in Tallahassee, when we have our Senate representatives up there, they understand that. They get that by and large, the majority of them. And the problem is that we need to be able to send more of them there and make sure, and there's ways to do that. Fair districts is one of them. Okay, in terms of the amendments that are on the ballot, 5 and 6. So these are things that we want to make sure that we had better representation in Tallahassee. And electing local elected officials helps get that voice across. That's what we're here for, to be your advocate, to be your voice. So allow me to be it, and I really would appreciate your vote so that I can really, really push for the issues that we're needing for. Home rule is definitely one of them.
I'm going to touch on the first part of the question, not the second, because we can spend the rest of the night here on home rule. City attorney sits there at the meetings. That was the first part that Mr. Pickett brought up. We don't pay them by the hour. It's going to be a contract. They're going to sit there and they're going to do their job. It amazes me when I hear about expending staff time. Everybody who's making $100,000 or $200,000 a year in this city is on salary. So if they're sitting there for 50 or 60 hours, maybe we might even be getting close to getting our money's worth out of them. So I'm not really worried that the city attorney has to sit there, or he's got a heavy workload. For $200,000 a year in base salary and $100,000 a year in benefits, God, I want you to live here.
What about home rule?